saints go marching in.
We, the KDKA, transmitted the first commercial broadcast on November 2nd, 1920. We made our first broadcast in 1920. We only had a few thousand listeners. At the moment, the government has no control over our radio broadcasting. We note that we are going to start allowing companies to advertise nationwide and serve as a latchkey to nearly every home in the United States. National radio networks such as the National Broadcasting Company will be allowed to begin offering local radio networks packages of programs to broadcast. We hope that these acts will allow us to receive more than 800 stations and reach over 10 million homes before 1920. As radio ownership grows, so does our number of transmitting stations. Our youth has began to dance to the latest jazz, as well as preachers broadcasting their Sunday sermons. Sound traveling in the air for miles is fascinating people of our era. So far, not being 1923, nearly 60% of our radios have been purchased in America.
Oh boy, what a dance I saw down yonder in Baltimore, down to a brand new tune. In
Many silent films were originally used as the chasers in more popular vaudeville shows. All of these changed in 1926 when Warner Brothers, in conjunction with Western Electric, introduced a new sound-on-disc system. In this system, the sound effects and most were recorded on wax records that would later be synchronized with the projector. When Warner Brothers released John Wan, the first motion picture to have a pre-recorded score and synchronized with sound effects. The Jazz Singer triggered the talking picture revolution, based on Alfred Collins' story, The Day of the Anointment, and Samson Repson's popular Broadway play of the same name. The film starred Al Johnson as a Jewish boy who attempts to become a Broadway star. Even though The Jazz Singer was not the first film to use sound, it proved to be the first one to use spoken dialogue as a part of a dramatic action. While the introduction of sound greatly benefited the motion picture industry, talking pictures proved to be distraneous for vaudeville. Vaudeville performances could not compete with the technology of the talkies and many of its actors who were unable to adapt to the format of sound motion pictures. Talking films also hurt the careers of many orchestra musicians who provided to live score to many of the original silent movies. The speech and voices of certain actors also proved to be a difficult hurdle for many studios to overcome. While the introduction of sound greatly benefited the motion picture industry, talking pictures proved to be distraneous for vaudeville. Vaudeville performances could not compete with the technology of the talkies and many of its actors who were unable to adapt to format of sound motion pictures. Talking films also hurt the careers of many orchestra musicians who provided to live score to many of the original silent movies. The speech and voices of certain actors also proved to be difficult for many studios to overcome. This problem particularly plagued foreign actors whose accents were thought to be disruptive to the American idiom. Sound also influenced the behavior of movie patrons. During the silent film era, it was considered acceptable to talk while the movies played. Because people were allowed to voice their responses to the film, a common bond was forged among the audience when many patrons expressed a shared reply. With talking pictures, however, audiences concentrated on hearing the movie rather than those seated around them, leading many patrons to look down upon talking while the movie was playing.
The feet you shuffle it and 3 feet, and then you just slide your feet right over the floor. There's a dance called Black Flag, what never did before. No, sir, that new twister called Baltimore.
And football is starting, with each of the teams being charged $100 to join the leagues. As of December of last year, teams started to trade players, including the big trade between York and Buffalo. Now, baseball is known as the America sport because it's so popular. The best player, of course, is Babe Ruth, who is famous for his out-of-park home runs. In the 1900s, the sport of boxing was banned in America. However, boxing started back up this year when New York passed the law making boxing once again illegal. As in the year, tennis has become very popular. William Big Bill Tense is the best player in tennis at this time. Now least, but currently not least, golf, which is in this year not very popular sport in America due to the source of other sports. The golfers that are helping golf to grow are Bobby Jones, Walker Hicks, and Gene Cersei.
Stop it, that hurts.
Okay.